Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel. It now looks like a decision is imminent on a new stadium or staying at St James's Park, ladies and gents. The top brass from PIF are on Tyneside this weekend. They'll be taking in the Forest game tomorrow, but the main reason that they're here is, of course, to decide which avenue they go down regarding the stadium. Do we stay at St James's Park and expand it, or do we decide that a new stadium is necessary to take Newcastle United to that very next level? Now, personally, as a fan, I'd like to see a new stadium now. Yes, I grew up watching Newcastle United, as everybody has, at St James's Park. But there comes a time where you have to take stock, look back and think, right, what can we do realistically with St James's Park? Because if they do expand it, they're looking at a capacity of 60,000. That's only 8,000 or just less than 8,000 than what we've already got. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference to a lot of fans whose frustration is that they can never get to see the team that they love. New stadium-wise, they've been talking about 70,000 roundabout capacity. Now, that they haven't settled on 70,000. That is a roundabout number that was discussed last time. For me, I think a new stadium would bring in better revenue. They can really develop something very, very special for a new stadium. And I think that's where most of the fans now lie in agreeing that, you know, a new stadium is very much a necessity for us to take the club to the next level. But the guys that they're here, they're on Tyneside. They will be discussing both options this weekend and early next week. Now, of course, Newcastle United did appoint Roger Thornton a few months ago. That was with an eye on a new stadium. That's where his speciality lies. So it could well be that they brought him on for that very reason. Now, obviously, when they come to a kind of final decision, they will then consult the fan advisory board, and then it will go from there. Now, of course, Newcastle United did say that a decision would be announced in March. We are very much close to that decision now being made. So that's why the top brass are on Tyneside this weekend. It's very exciting, actually, because I'm sure that we will go down the avenue of a new stadium, it just for revenue purposes more than anything else, and make Newcastle United a real statement club in Europe again. You know, the ground, the facilities around the ground, the training complexes, everything will come to fruition if a new ground is built. Apparently the top brass at Newcastle United have already seen various drafts of stadium expansions and new stadiums. Now, for me, they have to take the new stadium route. I don't see a point of expanding St James's Park just by less than 8,000. I don't really see what difference that is going to make. To be honest, they'll still have the same problems with the East Stand, etc. I really do think they have to go down the avenue of a new stadium. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you set your sights on a new stadium? Do you believe that is where PIF will go, with a view to a new stadium, to really take the club to that new level? You know, we've seen Everton's new ground very shortly going to be opened. It's a fantastic stadium. We want something like that. St James's Park, for me, it's had its time. It's been redeveloped quite a few times, but now we just can't develop any more because of where it is. And putting less than 8,000 more seats in, for me, is not going to make a difference, as I say. And I don't think it'll make a big difference to a lot of fans. I think we've got our hearts set on a new stadium. As hard as it will be to say goodbye to St James's Park, I think a stadium that we can be very, very proud of, a brand new stadium, a lot going around the whole stadium, you know, shops, restaurants, bars, hotels, whatever you want to say, it will generate a lot of money for Newcastle United. And at the end of the day, in this day and age, with FFP and what have you, you know, revenue is so important to bring in, and Newcastle can take the whole club to the next global stage, in my opinion, if we get that new stadium, and attracting players as well, coming to a stadium, brand new stadium with brand new facilities. I think the whole thing is just a plus point for me. So, yep, final preparations are in place, and we should be on time for a decision in March. But let me know, are you excited to move, or would you rather stay where we are? And have you just got those historical ties to St James's Park that maybe you feel that you can't let go of? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, one player that is linked again with Newcastle United is Lille midfielder Angel Gomes. Now, of course, Gomes has made his England debut this season. He's been with Lille in France for quite some time now, with 10 goals and 19 assists during his time there. There's no doubt that this kid is a player. He's 24-year-old. His contract runs out at the end of the season. Now, interestingly enough, he has signed on with a new agency. They're called, apparently they're world-renowned, called ROOF. ROOF. And it does say that several Premier League clubs may well be in the shout for Gomez's signature in the summer. Now, this is why he signed with the new agency. He expects, or whoever his representatives expect, a lot of interest within the player. Now, we may all look at it and go, well, do we need another midfielder where Gomes plays? And is he good enough to come in? But if you look at the midfielders who we have at the minute, certainly the normal three that start, Joe Linton, Tonali, Bruno, fair enough. But if we don't make Champions League, there's talks of Bruno leaving again for Manchester City. They've been making the mouths go about Bruno again, so who knows? That may be a possibility in the summer that Bruno does depart if we don't make Champions League. But Gomes is a fantastic player, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think of him, whether he would excite you or not, but this is all about squad building for me. And again, he would be a free transfer because of his contract running out in the summer. So we wouldn't be spending a lot of money on him. Yes, he'd probably get higher wages, bigger signing on fee, as players normally do, who don't come in on transfer fees. So there's a possibility that Angel Gomes may well come to Newcastle United, but there is going to be several other clubs interested in him. I do believe that he can play a really good role for Newcastle United should he sign. And remember, it's all about building a squad. We're not talking about, first 11s here. Where Newcastle United want to be as a football club, we need a big squad. We need Eddie Howe to be able to change things with quality coming on for quality that comes off during a game. And at the minute, we haven't been able to see that. Yes, we've got a pretty strong bench, probably for tomorrow against Nottingham Forest. But when we're talking about real game changes and real experience, he's got Champions League experience. This kid would do a lot. And he's only 24, so he's coming into his prime. And I think Eddie Howe could do wonders with Angel Gomes. But again, let me know what you think. Is he somebody that would excite you to come into the midfield? And finally, Jacob Murphy. Of course, 29-year-old Jacob Murphy, who is having a fantastic season for us right now with 12 goal contributions so far. He has also signed with a new agency. And he is signed for Wasserman. Now, this company, their statement is they represent elite talent across the world of football. So I think it's a fantastic move for Jacob Murphy to sign with the new agency. But what does this mean? Normally when, like we've just discussed there with Angel Gomes, normally when players take on new agencies and representatives, it means that maybe they're going to be negotiating something and they need the real powerhouses to come in and do the business for them. Now, Murphy, for me, has... Whatever you think of Jacob Murphy, he's going to be a squad player next season, I think. I do think we'll cover right wing in the summer. Definitely. That's one of the positions that we do need an upgrade on. No disrespect to Jacob, but to have around in the squad is going to be fantastic. Now, whether he's changed agencies to possibly negotiate a new deal with Newcastle United, that kind of thing, we will have to see, guys, because, his contract's not running out this summer, so he's not in any rush to do it. But I think with players who get to that sort of age, around 29-year-old, it comes to the stage where they want to just secure the future a little bit more. So it looks like Jacob Murphy could be either going to be in discussions for a new contract, or he may well told behind the scenes that we won't be renewing when his contract eventually does end, but that normally doesn't happen. And certainly the way Jacob's played this season, he's going to be a big member of the squad next. Not in the starting 11 for me. We need a real step up in class on that right-hand side as well. But what a player to have around and to come on and do a job. Absolutely 100%. So there you go. It's a very exciting weekend anyway, because it's a huge game against Nottingham Forest tomorrow, of course. Don't forget, Matchday Live kicks off on here at 1:30, and then kick-off is 2 o'clock. We have full play-by-play commentary of the game with myself and, of course, Billy Bob. So please tune in for that at 1:30. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up, guys. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, it's free to subscribe. Come and be part of this incredible community. And don't forget to hit the bell to let you know when we upload any videos or we go live. But enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks. We'll see you for Matchday Live. Take care.